Hey everybody, Carter Rethwish, aka Cardinal Cowboy, taking the hat off for this one here. Sometimes we do our work just as a regular guy who's a computer nerd. A lot of people being on our TV show. We've had, I'd say it's about 60% of the guests that we have on the show, they totally get what it is we're doing and how this works. About 40% still don't understand. I mean, the big guys, they get it and the numbers crunch and they do that. So what I had done in the past, and I've done this now for our patrons here, our guests on our show, I'm going to put up on the wall for you. This is my video ROI calculator. What is the return on your investment with video? And this makes a lot of sense. This is probably the most important thing. This is the biggest thing people make a mistake with when they don't take advantage of getting their name out there in a highlighted fashion that brings a lot of attention to them and explain who they are. That's what this show allows you to do. That's why we put together. That's why we've had such great success. But there's still a few people, you can't get 100% of people to understand everything. So I'm going to try to make it simple for you. With this, I'm going to go over here and go to I keep looking down at my, there it is, on the TV wall behind me. It's also now on the TV in front of me. And if you can see, this is yourlittlecastle.com/ROI. Scroll down a little bit. I might put this at the top of the page. But you can see here, this makes so much sense now if you just analyze this critically. So let's say your project is only $5,000. And in a month, you only get 200 visits to your website. If you were to increase your conversion, this is the most important thing. When people are going to spend $5,000, they want to know who they're spending their money with. They want to know who it is they're going to drop this kind of cash with, and even down to $200 a month. A little bit less than 200 and people just kind of impulse buys, but $200 on up, they will do a little research and they want to investigate who it is they're buying from. So if you only get, if your product is $5,000, we'll say, we got guests on here, their product is 30, 50 remodels, siding, roofing, all that kind of stuff, but if it's just $5,000 and you get just 200 visits a month, but you get an extra 2% conversion, 2% conversion. We're not talking 50% conversion. We're saying 2%. And your margin on that, and this is what I did this with an AI machine, man. I used to have to do this with spreadsheets and everything. It makes it a lot easier now. If you just get 25% margin on your $5,000, you got 200 visitors a month, and you get just a 2% increase. Here's your annual revenue you're going to increase. And it's the sales you're going to make off this is an extra $60,000. So you're going to have an estimated yearly annual revenue of $240,000, and you're going to make an extra $60,000 in profit just because you have a compelling, high-quality video of yourself talking about who you are. If you can't get a 2% increase, then something's wrong. And this is why so many people have come back to me. Carter, was the best, a guy recently, this is the best marketing decision I've ever made. Carter, I'm getting such incredible results. Carter, the response I got was unbelievable. Even if you go down to, let's just say it's a $500. Look at that. You're still making an extra $6,000 if you only had a $500 product and you only had 200 visitors. Let's just take this down to if we only had 100 visitors. Now you can see you break even because our video production, if you do license everything from, there's no charge to come in here. You can do the whole interview for no charge, sit down, and if you like it, then you can decide to license it. And like I said, about 60% of people do. We're closer to 70% now do. But they're still at 1/3, haven't quite figured this out. But it's such a no-brainer. You are missing. These people are coming to your website already. They are interested in what you're doing. And they don't see the information they need because they don't have a video. They got great pictures and lots of nice explanation and some detail and some text. But when you have a video that explains this kind of stuff, that's when conversion rate goes up through the roof. I did this for Car Shield. I did this. We tracked everything at Anheuser-Busch when I worked there. I was an IT guy in the email team. This stuff, when you get your conversion rate up to, and you're adding 2%, this is what makes people a lot of money. This is why Car Shield, we did so much work with those guys. Unbelievable. And they ended up helping me with my show and everything. So take advantage of this. Go to yourlittlecastle.com/ROI. You can see that link right there, and you can get this information. Plug it in. I'm going to do one more illustration for everybody so you can see what we're talking about here. But here's this calculation, and let's say you do have more like a $20,000 product. All right, and still we'll keep it at only that 100 visits a month that they see the video on the front of your website. And I can show you example after example. I'll even do some of that here, but I'll go back to it, of clients that put it right on the front of their website. If you spent $3,000 on the video, look at this, and you got just 2% more people, let's take that up to 5%. Oh my gosh. You just added $300,000 in profit, an extra $1.2 million because you have a great looking video on the front of your website. It is an absolute no-brainer. Once you get this kind of quality, this is why we've had so many. Go look at our results, yourlittlecastle.com/results. But get the information, check this calculator out for yourself right there, yourlittlecastle.com. But I'll show you one of the best examples, and I've got many. But if you go to Schneider Roofing, there's Charlie. He didn't waste any time. He put this video on his website in minutes, and he actually came back to do another one. And he said, Carter, I got to come back and do this all again because with storm damage specific. And he just knows this converts sales for him like nothing else. So play with the numbers yourself. If you get as little as a 2%, it makes a complete profit for everybody. But the most important thing, because I guarantee right now you are having people visit your website and they're not deciding to make a decision because they don't get the information. They're about to spend a lot of money and they don't even get to meet the owner. They don't get to have an explanation, a sit down on a high quality video. And you can see we've got now hundreds of clients that have been on our show. And just look at here. I'm going to put the TV wall number 2 up, and I'll show you. But there's that ROI calculator. But literally, you are looking at the option to share with people what it is that you do that makes it so obvious to help the community. And so you can see what we're talking about here on our Your Little Castle show, and see all of our past shows, past guests, and those people have had very much success. So check it out, let us know, and take a minute to analyze this and see what you're doing. We will help as many businesses as we can. We're up to over 400 shows now and over 200 clients, and just finishing our 4th year right now. All right, everybody, stay tuned. Giddy up.